Hi everybody, Melissa here. And so today's class is called Inner Strength. And this will be a practice for maybe making us a little bit sore. We're gonna really tune into the strength of our core. And so we're also going to tap into our inner strength, our mind strength, our heart strength, the strength of our being simply by being present. And so for our practice today, you'll need 2 blocks as well as your blanket. You may decide to use your props a little more, a little less. That'll be up to you. We're gonna move quick, so let's go ahead and we'll start by coming over into tabletop position. You can move your props out of the way for now. And now on your hands and knees, spread your fingers nice and wide, opening your hand up, making sure that you're grounded through the entirety of your hand, not dumping your weight into your wrists. Shoulders stack over elbows and wrists, knees directly underneath our hips, and the shoelace part of our foot can come flat to the ground. Go ahead and roll your head a little bit, shake it yes and no. And then as you're ready, come to stillness. We'll move through a few rounds of our cat-cow. Releasing your head, take a full breath in and you can stay still. And then as you exhale, tuck your hips forward towards your elbows, round your spine, pressing the floor away from you. Pull your belly towards your back. Inhale, now lengthen through the belly, leaning forward slightly, drawing your heart into the space between your arms, lifting your head and tailbone towards the ceiling. Exhale again and round, tucking the hips forward, arching through the spine, pressing up into the space between your shoulder blades. Inhale again, extend forward, leaning maybe a little past your wrists, feeling the stretch through the forearms. Exhaling and rounding. Trying to make the movement last the entirety of your breath. Inhale and extend through the front body. Exhale and round through the back. Last round. With your next inhale, come back to your tabletop position here. We're going to tuck our toes under, starting to set some weight back onto our toes, stretching through the arch of our foot. And now as you come back, you can kind of lean into the small of your back, rounding a little bit so that you get that nice stretch, stretching out the arches of your feet. And we're going to take the back side of one of our hands down to the floor, gently stretching through the wrist as you continue to stretch through the feet. You can use your opposite hand to kind of push into the earth. Now go ahead and send your hand that was on the floor back, and we'll switch, taking the back of the opposite hand to the ground, stretching into the wrist, maybe trying to straighten the elbow some, still working into the feet. With your next inhale, slowly lean forward, take your hand off the floor and bring it back to tabletop position. Lifting your feet off the floor now, go ahead and give yourself a little applause here, clapping the bottom of your feet together. And now taking your feet down to the floor, we're going to press firm into our hands, lift our chest away from the earth. And from here, we're going to slide just a little bit more weight into our right side as we inhale and lift the left leg. Exhale and slowly take your left knee down towards your right knee, keeping it hovered just above the floor. Continue to press the earth away from you. Inhale, take the left leg out again. Exhale, left leg comes down. Inhale, left knee moves out, opening up, hinging through the hip. Exhale and come down. Inhale, press out and up. Feel your glutes activate. Exhale and come down. Last round. Keep the earth pushed away from you. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. Inhale and extend your left leg back behind you now, pushing the floor away from you. Get engaged through the core, belly button drawing towards spine. Press through the heel of your left leg so that you have extension through the back of the leg. Keep your vision on the earth, the back of your neck nice and long. And as you feel ready, inhale to extend through your right hand. Thumb points up towards the ceiling, reaching the right hand away from the left. Keep pressing into the left arm. Take another big breath in. Exhale, round the spine, knee to elbow. Inhale and extend and open. Exhale, round the spine, knee to elbow. Inhale and extend it open. Exhale, round the spine, knee to elbow, push the earth away. Inhale and extend and stretch. Pause here, take another round of breath. Exhale, slowly lower your right hand and your left knee back to the earth. From here, go ahead and grab your blocks. We'll take our blocks into medium height here. Want to give our wrists a little bit of a break, so take your elbows to your blocks. Let your hips settle back towards your heels. Hands come to prayer position here and sink your heart towards the floor. Maybe give your head a little gentle shake, opening up into the space between your shoulder blades. One more round of breath. Inhale and slowly come back up. You can take your hands to your blocks and then move your blocks on out of the way. Taking your hands flat to the floor once again here. I'm actually going to spin so that I'm still facing you. We'll come to tabletop position again, pressing the floor away from us, taking good care of your wrists. If they're starting to bother you, you can come a little higher, gripping onto your blocks. If you have some free weights, you can also hold on to those so that you are a little bit more off the floor, off your hands. Remember to distribute the weight out into your index finger and thumb, especially so that you don't dump into the wrist. Leaning slightly towards the left now. Inhale and take the right knee out parallel to the hip. Exhale and take it down. Inhale and lift it up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, hinging open. Glutes engage. Exhale, take it down. Halfway there. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Feel your glutes activate. We need to have strong glutes. It matters so much to our core. Inhale, come up. Last round. Exhale, take it down. Keep that hover. Inhale, right leg extends back behind you. Push through the right heel. Adjust yourself so you feel balanced. When you're ready, inhale, left hand extends, reaching the left thumb towards the ceiling. Left hand reaching away from right foot. Right leg is active, toes pulling towards the shin. One more big breath in. Exhale, round, knee to elbow. Inhale and extend and open. Exhale, round, knee to elbow. Inhale and extend. Exhale, round, knee to elbow. Inhale and extend, hold it open just a moment. With your next exhale, we'll return our left hand and right knee back down to the ground. You can grab your blocks once again here, maybe taking them onto medium or tower height. Once again, we can take our elbows to the blocks about shoulder width distance apart, sinking into your chest here. Hands can press into one another. Not going too far, especially if you have any hypermobility, but feeling that stretch of your lats, getting the space in the armpits here even. With your next inhale, we'll slowly rise up. Pressing into your arms, take your chest forward, and then bring one hand and then the other to the floor. Moving your blocks off to the side here. We'll take our hands back down to the ground, and then I promise this is the last stuff we're gonna do on our hands. And so if you have a full plank in your practice, go ahead and move through full plank. If low plank is preferred, use low plank. Wherever you are, we just want to make sure we have good form. And so shifting your knees back slightly so that your hips can come forward. Make sure that your shoulders are over your wrists, over your elbows. Hands are spread wide, back of the neck is long, and then we're not dropping in the space between our hips. We want to activate and lift into the space between our hip points in our transverse abdominis, and also think about drawing your glutes upward slightly, lifting the small of your glute up toward your shoulder blades. That can help you feel a little more stable through the lower body. And now if you would like to tuck the toes, lift the knees, keeping that weight back in your legs, keeping the inner thigh active, finding your inner strength here. Knowing plank is hard, it's so super hard, so be gentle with yourself if you're shaking or if it feels challenging. Keep your breath moving. Tapping into that inner strength. Lower your knees if you're in high plank, if you need to at any time. Let's take one more round of breath. Exhale, lower your knees if they're not already. Taking your bottom back towards your heels, you can keep your arms stretched forward to come into your child's pose. Or if you would like, take your hands back open beside your hips. Knees can be wide or close together. Forehead can come to the floor or to one of your blocks. Two more rounds of breath. Make them full and deep. Exhaling completely each round. If your hands are beside your hips, slide them forward. If they're extended, slide them back. We'll inhale and slowly rise up. From here, we're going to send our knees off towards the long edge of the mat so that we're lying down on the outer left hip. Move any props out of the way once again, and we're going to take our forearm down to the floor, taking our shoulder over our elbow, and then in a 90-degree angle, our elbow lines up with our wrist. Open your hand up nice and wide, and we'll start to extend our legs out here. You can think about stacking your legs one on top of the other, using your top hand as a kickstand. And now from here, we're going to step our top leg onto the floor so that our toes point towards the long edge of the mat and the knee can come directly over the ankle. Pressing into the right foot, we're going to inhale, lift up through both hips, reaching the right hand towards the sky. Exhale, and we'll go ahead and come down again. Rearrange anything that you might need to. Make sure that the left toes are really active back towards the shin, that you're on the blade edge of the left foot. We're going to come up a total of 3 times, so 2 more times. Pressing down into your right foot, lift through the hips. Inhale, reach your right arm towards the sky. Exhale, slowly come down. All right, we're going to lift up one more time. We're going to hold it when we come up this time. So we're going to take 3 full breaths. So find the most comfortable position for you. When you're ready, inhale, lift up. Keep your neck long. You can look at your thumb or down at the floor. Make sure you're not dropping into that shoulder. Push up out of the shoulder joint. With your next exhale, let's slowly lower down, taking your thigh back to the floor, top hand back to the ground, and then you can stack your knees. We'll pull both feet in towards one another, and we'll turn over to the opposite side. Making sure Shoulder lines up over elbow. Elbow and wrist are at 90 degrees. Stepping your top foot forward so that it points towards the long edge of the mat, activating your bottom leg. Let's get right to it. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. This time we're going to lift and take our 3 breaths. Inhale, come up. Keep your shoulder active. Decide where your neck feels best. Keep pushing higher through your hip. One more round of breath. Next exhale, slowly lower down. Take your top hand to the floor. We'll go ahead and extend both legs here, pressing up. We're going to come now onto our bottom. Pull both knees in towards your chest, sitting tall through your heart. We'll hold our hands underneath our knees, tugging our knees in as close as feels comfortable, keeping the shoulders really soft, relaxed away from our ears. Take a couple breaths here. Allow your heart rate to slow. Checking that your sits bones are anchored on the earth. You may have to move a little bit of flesh aside to make sure you feel super grounded. With our next inhale, we're going to slowly lift our legs, taking our feet in alignment with our knees. Shoulders stay relaxed away from our ears. Feet in alignment, or shins in alignment with our knees, and our knees staying drawn towards our chest. Breathing slow and smooth. If you'd like to, maybe extend both arms. Keeping your hips drawn towards one another. Staying strong through your deep core, connecting to that inner strength. Keep your vision focused. Keep breathing slow and smooth. Lower your feet if you need to, or stay up. Just a couple more breaths. You can rest at any time. All right, with our next exhale, we'll slowly take both feet to the floor. Take your arms to the insides of your legs as your feet blossom open towards one another, letting the soles of your feet connect. We'll open our knees nice and wide. And now from here, holding on to your ankles, your feet, or pressing your arms into your legs, we'll inhale and lift our heart up towards the ceiling, drawing long through the spine. And then exhale to humble ourselves to this practice, drawing our heart down towards our feet, down towards the ground, remembering that we can always connect to this place of our inner strength. There's opportunities galore to remember how powerful we really are. Let the back of your neck relax. Maybe swallow a couple times here, releasing any tension through the throat or the jaw. Bringing your hands to the floor, inhale and slowly come up to sit. Taking your hands underneath your knees, we'll gently press our knees back together. Go ahead and grab your blanket at this time. And we're going to come to sit on top of our blanket. You can use your blocks as well here if you need some support for underneath your legs. And so take a moment, adjust whatever might need adjusting, getting yourself comfortable. And then we'll take our hands together in front of us, interlacing our fingers with the left pinky finger on bottom. And then extending your index finger and thumb, creating a diamond shape. Once we have our shape made, We're going to turn our index finger up towards the ceiling and then place our hands right on our sternum so that our index finger points just to the nape of our neck, connecting just at our collarbone. Thumb pointing downward, sitting tall through the crown of the head with the shoulders softened and relaxed. Take a moment to observe the breath widened across the chest and rib cage. Breathing expansive space into this new awareness of your breathing, allowing your elbows and shoulders to soften just a little bit further with each exhaling breath. This is our gesture of highest wisdom, a symbol of our inner strength, knowing that our essence, what truly makes us us, is beyond PMDD. It is beyond our identity. It is deeply within, always ready and willing to be connected to. Take a few more rounds of breath, resting in the truth of your inner strength. With your next exhale, slowly release your hands, shifting them into a prayer position to rest in front of your heart. Take a moment to tune in to how you're feeling, observing what may have shifted from the beginning of your practice to now. Finding an intention to take with you beyond your mat, beyond your practice today. Using a word or a phrase, an I am statement, to affirm yourself, to conclude our practice. It's been my honor to guide you through your practice. We can touch our thumbs to our forehead, reminding us to live with an open mind, and touching our thumbs to our heart, reminding us to love with an open heart. May you go into your day aware and with the expertise of your own inner strength. We can acknowledge one another with Namaste. Thank you so much.